Good morning, everybody. I am not turning the camera around because I am as dirty as they can get. I have some bulbs to plant, and this is what I'm dealing with. It's like a carpet because this was a pasture, animal pasture. So, in saying that, there also is the onion. Now that I want one, I can't find one, but the bulb, it is really hard to pull it apart. I've been here since 8 o'clock and it is about nearly 10 o'clock, and this is it, just around the orange, and this is so far I've done. It's just like a mat. It's really difficult, but because I want to put the bulbs here, and the bulbs will stay here for good because it's going to be my fruit orchard. And where my tomato is now, which is just there, I will be putting raspberries. So from the raspberries there's a cherry just above, a bit further, and from the cherry and this way, all of this, it's going to be my my orchard. And in the middle between the rows, I am going to put my forever bulbs that are going to stay there, and I'm not going to move them. For example, like those dahlias, because by the time the leaves are full on and create a bit of shade, it's going to be middle of the day, and dahlias need a bit of shade, and that goes with most of my bulbs that I'm going to put in here. So anyway, this is where we are, and we're going to keep today. We got to finish, you see where the stick is, that's where I got to go. So I'm halfway on the half. So anyway, but the dahlias have kicked on. They're full of bees, and the bees are loving it. So I'll show you when I'm finished. When I said onion, I meant wild onion. This is what I was talking about. You see, look at them. And they just come up. So I'll show you. See? And that's it. And there's so many. So that's what I'm talking about when I said wild onions. That's what I meant. Okay, let's go back to work. Now I have done the digging. All of it is done. So now I just got to plant the bulbs. And we are done with this part. So this is just for the bulbs. Okay, I'll show you when I finish the bulbs. Finished with the bulbs, dug the ground, put the bulbs in there. Now I'm just gonna wait till everything comes out. Once it comes out, I'll cover it with the grass clippings, and I will continue when I have time, and I will continue to dig to the end, and especially around this little mandarin here that I was going to die, and then it decided it doesn't want to die, so I'll continue that at least to the end here. And yeah, finished. All finished. There's some that really took off, like I think they're gladdies. these ones here, I think all of these here, they're Gladys, by the looks of things, and a bit up there as well. That's this part here. All this is chinchirinchi, and they're beautiful. One of my favorite things to grow in bulb is chinchirinchi and tulips. They're the best. So I'll continue showing off as they progress. So anyway, let's go and do something else. But before I go, what I did when I cut flowers, I always have little stems left over. So what I did, I put them in, this is really good soil. It's really the manure, the chicken manure that I had at the other house, which was really good. And what I did, I hate when this happens amongst my flower. And when I cut, what I did, I put it in there and put the bulbs. That's how I saved the bulbs. And while I was cutting my dahlias, you know, you get little shoots. So instead of throwing the shoots, I just pushed them in the ground. And look at that. Most of them have taken off. So the winter, of course, it's gonna be harsh. So what I'm gonna do, because I've got belly buttons here, and belly buttons I will have to find room. But the thing is, I'm waiting for the house to be finished so I can figure out exactly where I want what. But then it never happens, because you always put things somewhere and then you think, nah, I'm going to change it. Anyway, so I will find room for belly buttons, and I will take that inside in my greenhouse over the winter. And I will overwinter them because it's nice and warm in there. So I will have exact cuttings of the flower of these dahlias. I have taken a lot of the white because you see, everybody says, oh, you got mates and blah blah blah. No, that's not mates. That is, it's not, you see, oh, look at my dirty fingers. That is because the soil, I keep repeating, the soil is contaminated. It's got some sort of a chemical that they put in, oh, look at that they put in the grass for hay when they're cutting the hay, so a specific hay grows and not the native one, and that chemical reacts on when you get the compost, the mushroom compost, because mushroom companies get their compost from the dairy farms, where they've got a whole lot of compost. And if you ever notice, they've got these big long mounds covered with tarp. So that's what it is. They're compost. They're just keeping it so it I don't know what the word would be. So it works itself, so they can sell it to the mushroom companies for their mushrooms, of course. Easter daisies. I couldn't help myself. I had to bring some cuttings, and it's doing very well here, thank you. So yeah. All right then. I better go and do what I need to do. It's time to plant garlic. I've got my garlic ready. I'm making the rows in the hay, putting mushroom compost, I had the garlic in the fridge, and by the looks of things, they're nearly ready to kick off. There's roots in some of them. Yeah, as you can see, so we're ready to plant garlic. Just getting the rows ready, putting mushroom compost, and we'll finish it today, hopefully. With that bed, the beans and that is going really well. I have started planting my garlic. What I was saying, I had them in the fridge for a few weeks, and this is, come on focus, you can see the little, yeah, it's got whiskers. Most of them that were in the fridge have whiskers. So here we are. So what I'll do, yeah, look, whiskers. It's about 5 centimeters apart. And what I'll do, I'll cover it another with compost because they're really hungry. So I'll cover the compost, cover the garlic with compost, and then water it now before I put the compost, and then the compost on top, which is mushroom. So yeah, there we are, and that's how that works, just one by one. Usually garlic is expensive, but the way things are going, I think next year it's going to be even more expensive, because it takes time for it to grow, and also with the things that are at the moment, nobody knows what tomorrow brings. Anyway, I'll show you when I'm finished what I've done. The garlic is done. All I have to do now is water it and cover it with the compost, and that will be it for this year. I've got a bit of garlic. Last year I had a little bit as well, and I shared it, so let's see how much does come up this year. Okay, let's water and start covering